Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm doing a 2024 presidential election prediction between President of the United States Joe Biden and former Vice President of the United States Mike Pence. So with that said, I'm going to start on the East Coast. I will start with the state of Maine, where I think Joe Biden will win the state of Maine, most likely, in the likely column. I think he'll win these states in the likely column, or this state in the likely column. I think Maine's 1st district will go safe for Biden, and then Maine's 2nd district will go tilt for Mike Pence. Still think New Hampshire will go in the likely column for Joe Biden. Vermont, I have going safe for Biden, as I do for the rest of New England, including New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and D.C. as well. The state of New York will also go safe for Joe Biden. Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin are all going to be toss-ups, so I'm going to turn to those. Ohio, I think, goes in the likely column for Mike Pence. I don't think it will be safe, but I do think it will go to him. West Virginia and Kentucky, I think, will go safe for Mike Pence, as well as the state of Indiana. I think the state of Illinois will go safe for Joe Biden. The state of Virginia, I think, given Joe Biden's popularity has dipped a little bit, I think Virginia will still vote for Biden, but by about 7% or so. So that makes it enough to be in the likely column. North Carolina, I think, will start off in the battleground column. That's going to be a very close state. The state of Tennessee and South Carolina will also go safe for Mike Pence. Georgia, I think, goes in the battleground column, as does the state of Florida. I think Donald Trump not being on the ballot may make Florida go a little bit closer than it would for, say, him or Ron DeSantis as the nominee. Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Missouri will all go safe for Mike Pence. The state of Iowa, I think, will also go likely for Mike Pence. I mean, Iowa's voted pretty Republican a lot recently, so I think that would continue with Mike Pence. The state of Minnesota, I think, would still probably go likely for Joe Biden. I don't know if there's any Republican who will flip Minnesota in 2024. Both North and South Dakota go safe for Mike Pence. All of Nebraska goes red for Mike Pence, including Nebraska's 2nd district, which I think does flip back to Mike Pence, especially if Nebraska redistricts. I saw a comment a few videos ago talking about that, and that is true. If they redistrict District 2 to be a little bit more red, Mike Pence will definitely win it then. Kansas and Oklahoma go safe for Mike Pence. I think the state of Texas goes likely for Mike Pence. Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, and Utah go red for Mike Pence as well. The states of New Mexico go likely for Joe Biden, and the state of Colorado, I think, goes safe for Joe Biden, to be honest. I think Mike Pence's very strong stances on a few things may actually make Colorado vote even more to the left than even Trump versus Biden in 2020. So I think Colorado will go safe. The state of Arizona, I think, goes in pure battleground. That's going to be super close, as well with Nevada. Washington, Oregon, and California will go safe, as will Hawaii, and Alaska will go safe red for Mike Pence. That has Mike Pence at 190, Joe Biden at 225. Mike Pence versus Joe Biden is much more of a conventional, like almost generic Republican versus generic Democrat electoral map. So with that said, I think Joe Biden starts off by winning the state of Nevada. I don't think Mike Pence is the right Republican I think Nevada will be close, but I don't think Mike Pence is the right Republican to really have too much of a shot at winning that state. So I do think Joe Biden would beat Mike Pence in Nevada. However, I do think Arizona will narrowly flip back to Mike Pence, because I don't think Pence turns off a lot of voters in Arizona the same way Donald Trump did. I think a lot of the things he said about John McCain was a big reason for why he lost that state, and Mike Pence, I don't think, would have those same character flaws that Donald Trump would. So that may be enough for Arizona to flip back. I think the state of North Carolina also goes for Mike Pence, probably within 1 to 2%, so just narrowly in the tilt column. But I do think North Carolina would flip back to the Republican side. I think the state of Michigan would go for Joe Biden over Mike Pence. Mike Pence does not really have the Rust Belt appeal that, say, Donald Trump does or Ron DeSantis even does. So I think Mike Pence may have a few problems there. However, I do think the state of Florida will go probably tilt for Mike Pence. Again, Mike Pence is not the worst Republican candidate nationwide, but he wouldn't be as good as, say, some of the alternatives at winning a lot of these closely contested swing states. That being said, I do still think Mike Pence given Joe Biden's popularity, will be able to defeat Biden in the state of Georgia. That gets Pence to 263. Biden is at 246. I think Joe Biden will surprisingly win the state of Pennsylvania, even though Biden's popularity has sunken pretty low. I still think Pennsylvania will narrowly go for Joe Biden, but Mike Pence will be able to win by narrowly winning the state of Wisconsin. Wisconsin, I think, is going to be very, very close in 2024, and if it's Pence versus Biden especially, but I think that Mike Pence will do just enough to win the state of Wisconsin, and thus giving him a narrow 273 to 265 electoral vote victory. I mean, this just shows, if this is the matchup and Biden's approval ratings stay the way they are, Mike Pence may win, but it is going to be very, very close. So, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, leave a comment below telling me what you thought of the video and who you think would win in a Mike Pence versus Joe Biden matchup. If you're new, if you're not subscribed, make sure you press the red subscribe button in the YouTube description. If not, you can also click the little box in the right corner of the video, or left corner. I think left corner of the video, one of the corners of the video, there's a little subscribe box. You can click on it, and that'll also help you subscribe to the channel as well. And if you're a returning subscriber, man, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.